broadcast signal from authentication code Barracuda. Emergency classification. Blast door integrity compromised. Any available Vault-Tec personnel are required to respond under emergency protocol BT-21. This signal will repeat.
This unit is error. Days overdue for...
This is an emergency broadcast signal from authentication code Barracuda. Emergency classification. Blast door integrity compromised. Any available Vault-Tec personnel are required to respond under emergency protocol BT-21. This signal will repeat. This is an emergency broadcast signal from authentication code Barracuda. Emergency classification. Blast door integrity compromised. Any available Vault-Tec personnel are required to respond under emergency protocol BT-21. This signal will repeat. This is an emergency broadcast signal from authentication code Barracuda. Emergency classification. Blast door integrity compromised. Any available Vault-Tec personnel.
Someone there? I picked up a pretty big surge of activity on our sensors, but it went quiet all of a sudden. No. I'm a woman of... Wait, are you telling me that you... I have so many questions. I could use someone with a lethal skill set. Perfect. The entrance area you're in now was once a high-speed rail, but as you can see, it's completely caved in. You'll have to walk to another entrance closer to... It's just a quick trip over the hills to the south. Look for the entrance to the Shenandoah National Park. If you need a landmark, just keep walking toward that teeny-tiny, giant, menacing storm in the sky. You'll find the entrance underneath the manor in the dead center of the park. And storm. Can't miss it! Good luck!
I'd ask what you need, but... Not at first, I didn't. Just a few of my fellow Rangers. When the bombs dropped, none of them stayed very... Well, a few went out scavenging, never to be seen again. Others left to search for their families. Now, I'm not sure if they died or found someone, but... Oh, I sure wasn't going to risk my life for them. As little as possible. Yeah, I only leave when I need a few essential resources. I don't see why I should leave more often than that. I got everything I need in here. Sure. Me? No, not at all. I'm fine, though. Oh.
Get away! Oh! I'm Craig from Foundation. And I think I'm the only one. We saw the nasty weather kicking up down here and thought it'd be worth checking out. Didn't make it far down the road before we got jumped by. They looked kind of like ghouls, but glowed, charred all over. They were yelling all kinds of nonsense. Came at us out of nowhere. You're serious? Did you hear? Actually, as you head down Skyline Drive, could you check if there are any signs of what happened to my friends? A trail, a body, personal effects, anything I could use to... Not asking you to do much, just to drop a flip. Thank you. Anyway, just take the flares. And watch out for those things. They may look like ghouls, but they're not. And they're not friendly. What am I gonna do if those things come back? Just stay quiet and they won't hear you.
here's the situation. You need to get into the vault. I need to get out. This door isn't intended for easy access, so it'll require joint authorization from both sides to open. I'm on this side and authorized. You're on that side and not authorized. But no worries. I've got a plan. All of the Lost were once members of the Vault and should have authorization. You just need to get a hold of a hand and scan it. Easy peasy. That's right. Just a bit of post-mortem amputation and we'll be set. Just scan the hand once you've got it. I'll be on standby. Promise. Time's a ticking. Chop, chop. Ooh. Anyway, I gotta run, but I'll be back.
Oh, good, you're here! And you're not lost, I assume. If you are, say so, because that would be a... Ah, good! Well, bit of a downer, actually. Got my hopes up for a second, but I digress. Anyway, I'm Hilda Stoltz. Hi. I'm head of the organic sector, which is exactly where I'm about to run off to. But don't worry, my Uncle Hugo is very eager to meet you. Just down the hall, in the Overseer's office, as he is the Overseer. Oh, and I've disabled the two-step lock, so coming and going should be easier now. Anyway, like I said, Uncle Hugo, down the hall. Toodaloo!
You reckon that storm is gonna get worse or better?
Willkommen. Bitte komm rein. My niece told me to expect you. And do not mind my appearance. I can assure you I mean no harm. Can the same be said of you, though? Willkommen. Bitte komm rein. And do not mind my appearance. Can the same be said of you, though, outsider? Do you intend to harm us? My niece can be a bit forceful when she... You have my word, though. You haven't chased your carrot into a trap. Where are my manners? I did not mean to be so standoffish. You're a most welcome guest here. I cannot be too careful. It has been a long time since we've spoken with anyone from the surface. Ah, fascinating. Is that the faint clicking of a Pip-Boy I hear? How grand. A colleague from another paradise below the ground. Vault 76, I take it? What a pleasant surprise. You jest, or perhaps try to deceive. Either way, it's so obvious I'm even a bit embarrassed. We are having fun now, aren't we? Listen, my new friend. Regardless of what pretenses my dear niece may have brought you here with, I believe I can repay you for your effort.
And news. Screw it. I miss how it was before.
No catch. As you may have ventured to guess on your trip here, I'm in the midst of trying to get this under control, but our vault is still in a bit of a state of shock. If you'd be willing to engage in a bit of freelance work, I'm sure I can provide plenty of payment in kind.
I miss research, and science, and discoveries, and news. Screw it. I miss
Fantastic. I'm pleased to hear it. Perhaps I should introduce myself to assuage any hesitation you have. I am Hugo Stoltz, Overseer of Vault 63, yes, but also a principled man of business from the world of yore. Founder and CEO of Stolz Enterprises, respected member of Vault-Tech's board of directors, and allow me to formally welcome you to Vault 63 as our, let's say, outside consultant. Yes, that'll do perfectly. Oh, please. Hugo is just fine. Now, I'm sure you have many questions. I would expect no less, but I promise your first task will help you answer much. Speak with our Chief of Security, James T. Oberlin, and fetch me his latest situation report. I'd like to have him vet you a bit before we... I'm sure he'd be happy to answer questions for you about our current predicament.
What if we go
So curious. I love you.
and nobody wants to know us because of our, condition?
Research, science, and discoveries. And
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little.
I miss how it was
The stockpile for the
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little.
You have
The stockpile for
beautiful
supply
skin.
runs,
It's
before the storm.
unsettling. How's it going out there? Windy? Harris? What's up? As if things weren't bad enough. Now I have to keep an eye on an outsider. Been expecting you. James T. Oberlin, Chief of Security, Vault 63. Formerly United States Army. Ordinarily, an outsider would report directly to the security offices. But as you've seen, Mr. Stoltz isn't fond of ordinary. How exactly did you end up on our doorstep, outsider? Another rat in the race. Perfect, just what I needed. No wonder Mr. Stoltz was interested. Well, considering I'm entirely lacking any sort of credentials or background on you, perhaps you can fill me in. You do seem fit to fight, at least. I won't fault you for a lie by omission, though. I've already been made aware that you're a dweller. Mr. Stoltz buzzed me ahead of your arrival and filled me in on this. Sorry for the test, but wanted to see you. I appreciate your attempt to take this seriously, but I won't say I don't have my doubts. Let's see how this plays. Here's my status report for Mr. Stoltz. That's going on your record, and I'm not a Marine. Just get out of my sight.
You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something. You know, tracksuits.
Right, Hugo. Keep it together. Papa Stoltz. Act like it. Be
These
proud.
jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
Ah, you've returned. I've just been thinking on some... Yes, that. Don't worry about that now. I have a question for you. Tell me, are we our brains? Such a simplistic view of the world. I envy the narrowness of your perspective. Consciousness, perception, encoding and the formation of memories. To take the observable world and sculpt from it a translation of ourselves, of others, and in the eyes of others... What's that? Oh, I apologize. I may have failed to mention... After the incident that left me in... Well, perhaps it's pulses of electricity. This world I see. But others were lost to it. Well, I suppose I cannot explain what their mind perceives. Just as one could never... We have been trying to learn why this connection... A scientist, we are unsure of why, but we suspect that my condition may have mutated. Perhaps it was my proximity to... all of this is to say we need your help, my friend. Thank you. Let's discuss next steps. Your new friend Oberlin can fill you in on... Take a moment to relax and process. And once again, I cannot... Oh, this... I wouldn't say I'm quite lost. A new condition has granted me a way to see, though, which has been a big change. But the world I live in now has made me stronger. I venture to guess the Lost above have also grown in power. Interesting. It means proud.
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little, even with the stockpile from the supply runs. You know, before the storms. There was a landslide around.
So, shall we begin?
I wonder how that happened.
So, shall... So, shall...
If I hadn't already lost, make it quick. I've been spread thin dealing with surface-side security concerns. I can tell you're equipped to handle much worse. There are three in particular who often bring up... There are three residents that have been complaining about a myriad of concerns. Mark, your best bet is to track them down. They should have more than enough to keep you busy for the time being. Report back. In the meantime, I have other matters I need to attend to, so...
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little.
How about some space, buddy? You're,
Oh, a stranger. We have... Chief Oberlin's finally getting around to dealing with this, huh? Yeah, there's a few things we've brought up before. Most of it, things like people are scared to go...
Oh, also, we have a huge rat. Last time I was on a food run, something damn near took my arm.
And, someone should probably take care of Alfie.
Yeah... Alfie was one of us, but he's probably lost his mind by now. You didn't know him, though. Rad rats? We'll need to make it...
Since the earthquake, we've been experiencing more and more. And we're not exterminators. Much less...
They've been left like that for so long. They probably
Is there anything else? Alfie was a good...
Remember when he skipped work because he wanted to find out if we could still get hangovers after the...
Yeah, I remember that. I had to take over his shift the next day, that bastard.
His apartment is in the lower level. Is there anything else? We're just guessing, to be honest.
We've been hearing whispers and pops like static electricity. We also know what happens when you get too close.
That's if they don't turn us into one. There's too few of us left now to take a risk like that, but...
Is there anything else? You can... There's also... Good luck.
Good luck down there.
Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system, and it works, damn it.
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little, even with the stockpile and the supply runs. Before the storms.
You reckon that storm is gonna get worse?
How's it going out there? Eris?
welcome back.
You smell something weird?
You work fast.
And downright.
You're one to talk.
Thanks. We couldn't have done... Well, we're...
Not with outsiders.
Maybe...
I don't see why not. Strict but fair. He runs a tight ship. As long as you hit your deadline.
But you don't want to find yourself on his bad side. I heard he was a pretty... I doubt he's actually changed all that much. Just don't mention his, condition. It's kind of a sensitive subject.
You have to be in the business world, especially. He's always been pretty respectful. Say what you will about the man.
She did keep him level-headed. She just...
Is there anything else? He's friendly, but he does his best to keep things safe and orderly. But we can see he kind of resents, especially having to work. We just haven't figured out why, other than being overworked. The Overseer seems to be keeping him extra busy lately.
He's always been friendly. Heck, even used to be fun. Would always be up to party after work. Now, though, huge stick in the mud. Can't say I blame the guy, but last few years, he's been more, what's the word?
Boring.
Cold. Bottled up. Like a shape.
Is there anything else? Well, it used to be a lot busier. Then there was the accident. Which, after that, most folks we knew became what we call the Law. Oh, and then there was that destroyed any way of easily reaching the other wings, even if we wanted to fight them back from the Lost.
It's not all bad. We got food, shelter, safety, and space. It'll sure be nice to be able to get back to work, but just think of it as an extended vacation.
I'm more worried about how much work we'll have to catch up on when things get back to normal. If they ever...
We tried to keep working here in the atrium, even outside the vault. But in the end, we just... stopped. Been locked in here a while now. And looks like... Is there anything... Yeah. Thanks again for all the help.
You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something. You know, for the accidents.
Supplies are starting to dwindle a little. Even with the stockpile for supply runs. You know, before the storms.
Discoveries and news. Screw it. I miss how it was before.
Hey there.
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
If I hadn't already lost my hair, you're back. Well, with that out of the way, like dealing with the Chaos, I don't suppose that those three had anything interesting to say. Unusual for those three not to gossip with everyone they meet. Still, it can be hard. But enough about that, now that you've helped me out. First, your reward. I'll arrange for something from our armory. I'm sure you'll find a good use for it in the future. I'm sure... If I hadn't already lost my hair, I'd be tearing it out right now. It's never an easy thing to do to put someone out of their misery. Glad the outsider was there to help.
workforce to spruce this place up a little.
Margaret says the outsider has been earning their keep. Maybe they'll be good to have around after all. Now that you've proven yourself useful, the emergency alert in the organic sector has been triggered. Something that requires proper authorization to do. As I understand it, the lab's head researcher, Hilda Stoltz, headed there not too long ago. It would appear she's gotten herself into danger. It's unlikely she... Undetermined. Hilda is the only one left who could have triggered the emergency signal. So we know she was there and alive not long ago. As you'll see, her research was unconventional. Get to the lab, assess the situation, and ensure Hilda returns here safely. If she's unwilling to return, convince her otherwise. She, and Mr. Stoltz for that matter, may believe her research takes... With the tram tunnels collapsed, you should still be able to access organics from a cave nearby. If Hilda was able to make it there, be prepared for the worst.
Seeing someone do so much good around here, it's refreshing.
Seeing someone do so much good around here, it's refreshing.
You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something. You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something.
again. Perfect! Well, almost perfect. I've been researching a method of reverting the Lost back to their original condition. Uncle Hugo agrees with me too. This is top priority stuff, so, would you help? You will? Great! Once you're there, look for him. He's from the Papaveraceae family. Some subfamilies, when properly processed, can be used as painkillers, and I'll be tracking your progress, and I'll give you a ring over the intercom.
found Henry. Good. Now we just need to mix Serum Alpha. Head to the pharmaceutical lab. It should be through the door on your left after leaving the greenhouse. Once you've made the serum, we'll have to test it. I'd managed to sedate a couple of the lost earlier. There should be one taking a nap in the clinical trial room. It's just past the observation room, through the door to the left of the mixer station. You'll have to dose them with the serum. Hopefully they won't be too mad when you wake them up.
Clumsy demons. They've given their game away.
Back into the caverns outside. The entrance you need is in a pipe in the greenhouse. Look for some of the fungi growing in the cave. The ones that survived in there should be hardy enough. I may be able to extract an effective stabilizer from the juvenile mycelium spores in the mushroom's gills. Oh, and those caves were used to vent dangerous gases from the lab. You may encounter some mutated critters or side effects. Good luck! Come find me when you get some samples, and I'll extract what I need and mix the next doses.
Did you find it? 20 years of runoff gases from various chemicals, waste materials from the section's power source, as well as various spores and pollens from the plants that got venom into it. Give or take some years of materials. Seeing some side effects from exposure? Your eyes do look a little funny. Tell me what you're experiencing. I'll take notes. Ooh, very astute observation. I will write that down verbatim. Not entirely unexpected given the past few decades of chemical exposure to that portion of the cave. But hey, you're still breathing, and standing too. Look at you, you're a regular lab rat in the making. Great! Hand them over and you know, mixing formula, I always thought, hey, if this doesn't pan out, maybe I could be a bartender. One time, I mixed a custom cocktail for one of Uncle Hugo's parties. People loved it. Maybe it went down a little too well. Folks might have gotten far more inebriated than expected. Still, only a slightly smaller chance of mixed alcoholic drinks. Okay, here's the first, and here's the second. Don't worry, head over to the biology wing. There's a lock. Should still be sitting. I'll unlock the door from the terminal. Must be hiding.
The serum safely into the vat to be absorbed. Oh, this is our last chance today. Cross all your fingers and toes.
welcome back. It's complicated. To understand, I need to tell you what the actual purpose of this facility. Those vats contain sleeping residents from our vault. Before the Lost, feralization was the only real threat to our happiness here. It was running rampant, and we were desperate to fix it. My papa was one of the volunteers. He showed early signs of going feral and offered to go under. Be a test subject for cures. He was also that last patient you ran the experiment on. I'm not just expositing a sad life story for your sympathy. There's a point to it. As you probably noticed, the once sedated patients have two key problems. They aren't really sedated much anymore, and they're still lost. So, I'll come clean. We're not here looking for a cure for the Lost. Or at least, not here and not me. I'm here to test out new ways of sedating the patients here. Something stronger that can even put a Lost under. But, before you get mad, we are looking for a cure. The royal we, just not me. Not here. Sorry about that. No, you're just wrong. We're going to find a cure. I'm sorry you can't see it that way. Oh, and before you think I just wasted your time on a personal project, I did manage to secure some tissue samples too. And we needed those. Really. An integral step in fixing the Lost. I mean it. But look, I'll head back to the vault soon after I finish up here. You can assure Oberlin that you've completed your rescue mission. Have a fun hike back.
Hopefully Daniel will report it. You're back. It's good to have someone reliable to count on again. Maybe now we can start fixing things around here. Reckless. Perhaps a necessary step in seeking a cure. Well, it's good you were able to arrive there before you. You're more capable than I had assumed. Take a moment to dust yourself off, but report back to me soon. You're dismissed.
The new animals up there. Any of them good for eating?
Glad he'll... If you're ready, I'd like to... if you're ready. To be frank, you are among the few here that I believe. I have not been entirely honest about my... I am Lieutenant Colonel James T. Oberlin, United States Army. Originally, I was to oversee a government-funded weather research project. One that was shut down and then ultimately scooped up by Mr. Stoltz. While I was never exactly an expert on the subject, Mr. Stoltz found my experience with the project important for the transition. That project led to the development of this very Vault's weather machine, and ultimately our current predicament. I have remained in contact with my associates in the Army ever since, reporting the good and the bad. Not quite. When I signed on with Mr. Whether or not he realized that I would maintain those allegiances long after the world came crashing down, well, that's not my concern. Not long ago, I dispatched a member of my team to pass along my findings to a drop site I've been using over the years. Unfortunately, he has failed to return, and I fear the worst. Daniel is a good man. It's important we bring him home, if still possible. There's also the matter of the report, and whether or not it had been passed along, or potentially fallen into the wrong hands. No, Daniel is part of the security crew hired by Mr. Stoltz, but while I wasn't able to select my team personally, I have come to trust each. Thank you. The drop is located at High Knob Tower along the western perimeter of the park. We haven't had trouble with that location so far, but there is a chance the Lost have overrun it. Or potentially some other party, drawn in by the allure of the storm. Either way, you're going in blind. Be prepared for the worst.
What if we go back to the surface and nobody wants to know us because of our, you know, condition?
feel it. Something's close.
You're gonna need more than that, buddy! What a shame! I found ya! I will baptize you in your own brain matter, you worthless shit!
Mineral detection protocol active.
be my new plaything!
A group of outsiders rolled in, heavily armed, started setting up camp. Only a matter of time until they find me up here. Pretty sure this is it for me. But, listen, Chief, I gotta come clean. I want to go to my grave with a clean conscience. This whole thing, the reports, the army, it's a sham, boss. Every single file has gone straight to Mr. Stoltz. We're his men first, Chief, not yours. Not really. There's no military contact. Just Hugo. Those of us in the know have been heading out here to play the part, make you think it's real. But this ain't a drop site. It's a smoke break spot. I'm sorry you gotta find out like this, Chief. You're one of the good ones. Don't trust anyone down there. We're all just his puppets. Oh, shit! I'm sorry.
You seem perturbed, my friend. As how crude. Of course his men work for me. Allow me to explain. James T. Oberlin is a workhorse. Powerful, focused, efficient. But someone like him needs order. Blinders and a carrot, if you will. With too much freedom of thought, people like him are lost. James came to me as a part of a package. I bought a box of cereal, and he was the delightful toy at the bottom. Now he was a highly decorated, highly skilled prize, but still a part of a... He plays this role because he needs to believe it's true. A smarter man would see through this facade immediately. But not Oberlin. Oh no. A crueler thing would be shattering the only thing that's kept the man sane for the past 2 decades. I do this for him, you know. I would strongly advise against that course of action. I must warn you, disrupting such a delicate balance as the human psyche is a dangerous thing. You don't know what will push someone over the edge.
Vault 63 has lasted this long. No reason to think it won't keep lasting. We felt the whole vault shaking a while back.
So, shall we begin? There are... Excellent. As you've hoped, or rather, the lack. In order to solve this error, we'll need to acquire the weather machine's blueprints. They are in the wall safe just over there. If only it were that simple. The safe can only be opened with a key that my beloved wife Cassie has chosen to hide in a very secure location. So secure that only she knows where it is. This is problematic, as she has been unwell and unresponsive for quite some time. That said, she was a diligent note-keeper. I'm certain you could find out where she moved the key to if you were to search. You should find them all in our room upstairs. With my condition as it is, I'm unable to do this myself.
What if we go back to the surface? Nobody wants to know us because of our, condition.
I dare say I barely understand it. Since sad circumstances, alas, written text, paper, and terminal alike remain my... Discussing the boring details any further are for another time, though. You will? Best of luck.
What if we go back to the surface? Nobody wants to know us because of our, condition.
You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something.